Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV, the only place to be on match day, and we are back in the Premier League today, away to Brighton and Hove Albion, a team that did the double over us last season, albeit under different circumstances with a certain Mr. Postecoglou. But I'm joined by three lovely gents today. I've got my other half, Jimbo, Dermatron is here, and Mr. Chang is here. Jimbo, first of all, how you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah, good morning to you all, or good afternoon. Yeah, we're going to pay the compliment back and do the double over them this year, guaranteed.
Oh, well, you've heard it here first. It's guaranteed. Dermatron, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks again for having me on, Kate. It's always a pleasure to be on We Are Tottenham TV. And I'm with Jim. I'm going for a 3-0 win today. I think we're going to go up there and batter them. I think we've had a good start to the season. They've had a really rough start to the season. And I just feel our front two with Simmons and Kudus on the wing, Gino and Bergville doing his bit in midfield. I think we're going to batter them today, 3-0.
Wow. Going in strong and early, Dermatron is. He's going all out. And Mr. Chang, looking like he's pumped up, ready to go. How are you feeling?
What's up? As you rightly mentioned, I mean, you have to be excited for the start of this season, although I would have to say that we must stay grounded, stay humble, and not get too carried away. But 4 wins out of 5 isn't a bad start. If we can get something today, as it is, we already have 3 wins from the last 4 and 3 clean sheets to boot before today's game. The only goal that we've conceded so far turned out to be the goal that turned out to be our defeat, the only defeat of the season. But lots to be positive about. And yes, I would urge caution. Going away to the Amex against Brighton isn't the easiest of places to go to. If we were to remember, under Ange Postecoglou's first full season, we were leading by 2-0 at halftime before we somehow or other conceded 3 within the space of 10 minutes, and that was the end of that. So hopefully now we have Thomas Frank in charge. Let's see what happens, and cannot wait to get this show on the road, Miss Kate. Having said that, back to you as always.
Thank you, Chang. That smile could light up any room, Chang. Obviously, like you mentioned, we was 2-0 up, lost 3-2. But this season, it feels a little bit different. Tottenham have scored 8 goals this season in the Premier League, conceded 1. Brighton, on the other hand, have only managed 1 goal in their last 8 games. Brighton are a funny team because you kind of know they're going to kick in at some point because they're a good side. They're a well-organised side. But at the minute, it hasn't clicked yet. Jimbo, are you concerned? I know you always say you're not concerned about any team, but we're going away to Brighton. In the record books, they've got a good record against us. You know, there are danger men there. You've got Matoma there. You've got Danny Welbeck there. Are you concerned that maybe their form might start today?
No. No, I'm not concerned at all. Why should I be concerned? No, we're a very good team. We've really strengthened. We've got strength in depth now. That's even with some players injured. So no, I'm not concerned. And we've got a manager that would have studied them and will set us up in a way where we can beat them, hopefully. So no, not worried at all, Kate.
Frank said in his press conference, Dermot, that Jed and Xavi need time to gel. I think that was all obvious for all of us to see.
Yeah.
As much as we've seen glimpses of Xavi, and you can see there's a good player in there. How long do you think it's going to take before we see that relationship start to grow and they get this link-up play sorted out?
I think before Christmas, I really do. If they keep constantly playing together and he sticks with Spence on that fullback and he sticks with Xavi out there, I think by Christmas, you should see that being gelled really well. And look, I think Spence didn't have a great game on Wednesday, to be fair. And I thought Xavi did have a good game. But, you know, I think their partnership, you can see it. You can see it gelling. And it's so good to have the partnership on the other side as well with Porro and Goudos. How well they're working together is something we didn't have last season on the ranch. None of our fullbacks linked up with the wingers. And it's so nice to see us organised. The only thing I worry about today is, Kate, is we've only won 2 of them and we've only beaten Brighton twice in the last 5 Premier League games against them. And that's the one thing that worries me. But I'm with Jim. I think we'll go up there because Thomas Frank will have us organised and he will have us tactically so sound. And don't be surprised if he goes with a back three today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went with a back three today.
Yeah, I mean, there is a question. A few people I was looking through people's predicted lineups. A lot of people are suggesting he might not play Spence today. He might play Doggy instead. There's other people suggesting he might do a back three. Tang, any ideas on what you think Thomas Frank will do today?
I think the one certainty is that he has to start Lucas Bergvall because that would be, how you actually build on momentum, given how he was our best player on the night against Villarreal. And with him opening his accounts in the Premier League for us last weekend against West Ham, I think this player can only go from strength to strength. Although we also have to manage him properly, it's difficult. It's easy for us to forget that it's only 19, Lucas Bergvall. But I think this is another one of those games that he has to start. But if he doesn't start, what an option to have coming off the bench. Adding a little further to what Mr. Dermot said earlier with regards to the back three, this feels like one of those games that Brighton might just turn things around. And I'm looking at their past fixtures here. Brighton did beat Manchester City at home just before the international break by 2-1. So Brighton have beaten another team in the top 4. Or the top 4 team. So there are no pushovers, although they did lose to Bournemouth away on their travels last weekend. We still have to be very, very cautious about this match and how we approach it. But confidence is flying high. I am fully expecting us to ring in the changes, seeing as how we played in the midweek. And I'm also looking at our fixtures here. We have Doncaster Rovers next. We have Doncaster Rovers next in the League Cup, so that will definitely have its changes. And I don't see any reason why Thomas Frank shouldn't be fielding his strongest possible lineup to build on our away victory at West Ham last weekend. Honestly, you will hear this from me every game. I couldn't care less who puts on Lily White and takes to the pitch for us. I just want them to give their all for us. And for those who are, warming the bench for us as well, when they take to the pitch as well, I'm going to give them a full support and hope they help us turn things around if things aren't looking too good at halftime. But it's Thomas Frank, so let's just enjoy this while it lasts. And absolutely looking forward to the lineups that are supposed to be announced in about a minute or two from now, Miss Kit. Having said that, back to you.
Yeah, exactly. The lineup should be any time. Jimbo, I was just going to touch on Xavi Simons. Obviously, we're playing him on the wing. Everyone knows and is saying we're not going to see the best of him until he starts in the middle. But obviously, we've got the likes of Bergvall. He's had Sarr as a 10. And he basically said in his press conference, Frank, he's not looking to change that at the moment. Do you think we will see some brilliance from Xavi whilst he's playing on the wing? Is it something he's going to have to adapt to?
No, he has played on the wing. The class is class, Kate, and he's a class player. So, I mean, I've watched some of his highlight reels, and he's played on the left and the right, and he does tend to move into the middle as well. No, I just think, look, at the minute he's obviously doing it for a reason, Frank, and we need to trust him. He's a top manager. You know, I've said to you many times, I wouldn't swap him for anyone at the minute. You know, I really think he's suited to Spurs, so we've got to have faith in him. I mean, what I would personally have done is I would have tried Odegaard out there and had him in the middle, but he's not doing it for a reason. What them reasons are, I don't know. But I don't think he's not the stubborn type, Frank. So he's obviously got good reasons for not doing it. So we just got to trust in him.
It's weird because when Maddison got injured, there was a huge meltdown in the fan base that we need to buy a number 10. We need to buy a number 10. We bought in Xavi as a number 10, but Bergvall and Sarr are proving to be effective as the number 10. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, Dermot, do you think it's a case of maybe we should have bought a winger rather than a 10, or just that it's good to have the strength in depth? I mean, how are you looking at it?
It's good to have the strength in depth. Look, I think Xavi will go to the number 10 eventually. I think we will get a winger, probably, if not in January, next summer. Kolo can also play at the wing as well. So he can play in the left wing as well. So when he's fully fit, you may see him playing the wing and play Xavi in number 10.
Dermot, let me ask you, do you think that it's because he doesn't trust Tell and Odegaard?
I think it is. I do. I think he doesn't trust them. And look, nothing against Tell. I like Tell. I think he is a good player. He will become a good player. But I think we need to give him time. He's also, I know he was with us last season, but when you do move to a new country, it does take you time to adapt to your new environment and everything. Odegaard, we bought as a panic buy. And I think, look, say what you say about him. I think he's a good player, but he's not Premier League. He's not Premier League ready. So I think that's why he's going with Xavi. But the lineups are out, Kate, so I'll let you go through them.
Yeah, the lineups are out indeed. And it was, as I did suggest, because Udogie has come in for Spence today. We've got Vicario in goal, Palhinha, Richarlison, Udogie, Bergvall. It does start. Chang will be pleased. Romero as captain, Kudus, Pedro Porro, Odegaard getting a game today, Bentancur and Van de Ven. And then on the bench, we've got Kinski, Danso, Xavi, Tell, Gray, Johnson, Spence, Sarr and Scarlett. Mr. Chang, slightly different lineup. Obviously, Xavi's not starting. We're starting with Odegaard, funnily enough, exactly what we were just talking about. Spence has been given a rest. What's your thoughts?
My first thoughts are this new lineup system is really doing my head in. I have no idea why they are lining up the players in ascending order according to their jersey numbers. I'm trying to actually work out what the formation is, but this looks like our tried and tested.
It's a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. And glad to see Bergvall in midfield alongside Bentancur. And now that we have, let's see now, Odegaard. Yeah, so it's going to be Odegaard on the left and Kudus on the right, supporting Richarlison up front. We're expecting Palhinha to be our rock in the midfield, and that would give license to the likes of Bergvall to push forward, assuming Bentancur is going to be helping out in the defensive cover in midfield. No back three, but Romero and Van de Ven, our tried and tested centre-back pairing. Hopefully they can keep yet another clean sheet for us. It's been a long time since we've had back-to-back clean sheets in the league on our travels, so that will be something to look forward to.
2020 it was, Chang. 2020 under Mourinho.
Wow.
That was the last time. Sorry, that was the last time that we had 3 consecutive away wins. November 2020. It's a long time ago.
A lot has happened in that time, and we've gone from Mourinho to Conte to Nuno to then Ange Postecoglou, and finally now Thomas Frank. So five managers in the space of those 5 years. And I'm expecting, although I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out, but if things don't work out, you look at that bench. We have the likes of Xavi Simons to call upon, as we do have Pepe Mata Sarr, Brennan Johnson as well. Spence, as you rightly mentioned, we might even see him if we need some pace down the flank going forward. And let's just see if how things work out for us in the first half. But all in all, yeah, this is a very, very strong lineup, and I wouldn't be surprised. If we actually do ring the changes early, even if things are still stalemate, because this looks like a good opportunity for us to build on the away win against West Ham last weekend. I just hope, as I always do, that we do not pick up any unnecessary niggles, injuries, or cuts for that matter. So everyone had better be on their best behavior and be disciplined on the pitch. And looking forward to kickoff now that I've seen the lineups. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you, Chang. Look, I agree with Mike here. It's a good lineup and a strong bench as well, which is something that we very often don't see. But I mean, Jimbo, no Kolo Muani, not in the team, not on the bench. Anything sinister in that? Do you think he's waiting to use him in the midweek? What's your thoughts?
No, I don't think there's nothing sinister in it. I think he's just bedding him in slowly. He's a smart manager. He doesn't want to do what Ange done last year and put them out there when they're not ready. And then we've got enough good players now. I mean, look, that's a really good team, solid team, and we've got a good bench. It shows you that we're moving forward. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't think there's nothing sinister in it. It's nice to see Odegaard get a chance. I like him. And look, when you can drop Spence and bring your doggy in, you can drop a Xavi, and you've got Bergville, Sarr. I mean, we're becoming a good team with a good base, Kate. Still need a bit of work on it in the next couple of windows, but you can see it's starting to shape now.
I mean, Brighton obviously like to play quite direct, high pressing. They're quite dynamic. He's put Palhinha and Bentancur in to to the midfield. Dermot, do you think he's expecting us to sort of be under quite a bit of pressure, and that's why he's played them two more defensive midfielders?
I think we are. I think he is going to say, look, this is what Brighton are going to come at us, say, for the first half hour. Ready come at us, put under pressure. They're at home, so we can just sit back and just get them off in the break. The onus is on them to come at us. But when you got the likes of Bentancur and Palhinha there, Palhinha himself, we've been missing this number 6 for so long, and have him come in and do what he's done is absolutely brilliant. I quite like the lineup, if I'm being honest. I think it's a good lineup. I think it's a strong bench as well. As one of the people said in the comments, it's a long time since we've had this. I'm glad. Look, we've got a solid back 5. We've got a solid midfield 3. And then it's just the front 3 that needs sorted out. But we will sort that out in time. I'm surprised Johnson didn't start, if I'm being honest. And I'm also surprised he didn't give Danso a go and rest Van de Ven and start him and give Van a rest. I'm actually really surprised at that. But no, I think Palhinha, I think it's great he started Bentancur and Palhinha. They're really gelling.
Yeah, I mean, Chang, with regards to obviously Sarr, we was actually talking about the pre-match pump up last week that he's probably first on the team sheet at the minute because he's the most improved player. Do you think there's a possibility that if things aren't going our way or if Bergville isn't firing, he could bring on Sarr or Xavi to play in the number 10, and we might actually get to see Xavi as a number 10 for a bit whilst if Bergville comes off?
I think the smart bet, the safe option would be to put on Xavi first because that's what he does best. And I think a lot of this, what I'm seeing here anyway, over on Twitter, the Twitter feed of the official chat, is that a lot of people were actually crying out for Xavi to be starting this game, in a game in which we need a lot of creativity, just to create any sort of chance going forward. But yeah, those are very, very strong options to have coming off the bench. For me, of course, it would be definitely Xavi, the first priority to come on as a number 10, possibly a light replacement for Bergval. And if things still don't go our way, maybe with half an hour to go, we might even see the likes of Pepe Matassar come on, either for one of Bentancur or Perlinia, depending on who is what do you call this, dropping in their levels. But yeah, there are other options too as well. If you look at the likes of Johnson to come on the wings, as we do have Tiel as well. So these are all very, very good options, as Mr. Dermot pointed out earlier. It's been a long, long while too that we had such a strong bench, and you could even argue we have difference makers on the bench to come on and actually affect some change if things don't go our way. I am still hoping that this starting 11 get the business done by halftime. And if that does happen, then we might be able to, be more flexible with our changes, seeing as we still do have Doncaster Rovers on the midweek. And yeah, absolutely looking forward to seeing how we combat Brighton away on their home ground. I really, really do hope that we can keep yet another clean sheet. Now that we have seen Romero partnering Van der Ven in centre back, and hopefully, fingers crossed as well, there will be some pro magic today for Richarlison. We really, really need to see him scoring pretty soon. So, having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, it would be nice to have some free-brewing all over the place. Jim, I've got to touch on this. It's kind of like an elephant in the room because he's a player that really divides opinion, this guy. Brennan Johnson, whether you love him, whether you hate him, he comes up with goals and clutch goals when we need them. But I don't think I'm outlandish to say I don't know where he fits into this system with Thomas Frank, and I don't know what you think about it.
Look, I'm going to give my honest opinion, right? I think last season he was massive for us because where other players weren't doing it, he was getting in there and putting it in the box. But I've watched him the last few times he's come on. Now, I'm not going to slag Johnson down because I like Johnson. Right? I really do. I was one of the ones last season that stuck up for him all the way through the season. But I think I've said this to you many times, Kate. Sometimes there's footballers go to a club and they don't fit into that club for a certain reason, right? Maybe the manager, maybe the systems, maybe there's a lot of different reasons. Now, I think last season he was phenomenal for us, and I think he got too much stick. But I don't think he's a Frank type player. I really don't. I mean, I unless Frank can change him, and he doesn't work hard enough. And under Frank, he wants hard-working players. No matter what position you're in, you've got to work hard. And he wanders around too much for me. I mean, when he was brought on last week, I think he lost the ball and he just jogged back. And that's not going to work for Frank, look, Colin's right. He did want him at Brentford, so he must have a plan for him. But, I mean, when you see him on the pitch, when you hear Frank talk, Frank says one of the biggest things for him is working hard, and he doesn't work that hard. So Frank needs to work with him. Look, I'm not saying get him out of the club. All I'm saying is I don't see. I'm like you. I don't see where he really fits in at the minute. So I think Frank needs to work with him and see what comes of it. But I don't want people in the chat to think I'm slagging him off, because I'm not, because I'm a massive advocate for him. I mean, he done us wonders last year. So, but we have to see what Frank does with him. But I'm like you. When I look at him now, I think, where does he fit into this team? And I don't really see it.
Yeah, I mean, Dermot, do you see him Johnson's role being a super sub, maybe an impact player off the bench?
Yeah, I think so. Look, I'm with Jim here. I was a big supporter of Johnson last season. Like Jim, do you know what? I think he is a decent player, but I think he seems a bit lost this season under this system. I think he looks a bit. He can't figure out what he should do. I think, yeah, super sub, fine. He's not a winger. I think he's involving as a player. I think he's more involving. I always see him as that striker you stick in the 6-yard area, or a second striker that makes them deep runs. I think I see him as that. But yeah, super sub for the time being. But I think Colin is right. Frank does have a plan for him. What that plan is, God only knows. But he did get us out of a lot of trouble last season. He got a lot of heat for not really. I don't think it was fair, to be fair. And everyone has its opinion of Johnson. He's not a winger, so he's useless. Well, he was Klopp top scorer last season. Exactly. For a reason. He scored the winning goal in the cup final because he was there in the right place at the right time. I think Johnson, as a super sub, half an hour to go, stick him up front, and he will get you a goal. I think he's evolving into that, and I think I would like to see Frank try him up there and see what happens.
Yeah. Are you of the same opinion, Chang? Because like I say, he does get disrespected, but he was our top goal scorer, and he does know where the back of the net is. So do you see him as like an impact player off the bench?
I mean, the only thing that matters for him or for the historians, the statistics experts, whatever you call them, the fact of the matter that he is the top scorer and he has been our most consistent performer as far as banging the goals for us when all else looked lost for us last season, even up to the final in Bilbao. That speaks volumes for Johnson, and I really couldn't care less whether he comes off the bench, whether he starts, or if he's only playing a game or two every month. Just so long as he scores when we really need people to be scoring for us, when things aren't looking too great. I mean, that's what players are for. That's what wingers or forwards are for. Yes, I still feel that he can improve massively, especially his confidence in taking on his players, in taking on the defense, in trying to dribble around or to cross earlier or to even make those darting runs a whole lot sooner to beat the offside trap. I still think that he has a lot more to offer, but just so long as he's scoring for us, I really couldn't care less, Miss Kate. But yeah, this actually goes back to what I said of him many a time last season, or even the previous season under Big Angel's first full season. He should and always should be used sparingly as a super sub, because I feel that there is actually where he excels most, or rather that's his strong point, when everyone else is flagging and the stamina levels are dropping. When you have someone like a Johnson, he's the one who will pop up at the far post to tap it in, and it's worked for us pretty well under Big Ange. Let's just see whether he can reinvent himself and sort of find his way back into that starting 11, because that's what we're all hoping for. This is actually a sort of scenario that we've been craving for, where there is actually healthy competition for places, and players actually now looking over their shoulders, because doesn't mean that you start the final in Bilbao and you score the eventual winner means that you will get a starting berth under Thomas Frank. I just hope that the players themselves, Johnson included, they don't lose hope, they don't lose heart, and they actually find a way to make it count where it matters, so everyone will be on their toes as far as performing for Tottenham Hotspur is concerned. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, okay, I think you're right.
I can guarantee one thing, that Frank will be working with him, and Frank's known for changing people's positions on the pitch, where he thinks they're playing in the wrong place. So maybe he does see him somewhere else and they're working with him. So he won't just be left aside, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've got 300 in and only 53 likes, which is outrageous. So please do smash the likes, people. We don't want Timo Werner style ratios here. Even though he's left, Timo Werner's still getting strays. This is the Brighton lineup. They've got Verbruggen in goal, Dunk, Van Heck, Gruder, Jorginho. Thank God it's not that Jorginho. Minter, Baliba, Matoma, Kaduoglu, Ayari, Veltman, Hertzler. Obviously, Baliba, Matoma straight away jump out as two danger players. Anyone or any area there, Dermot, that worries you a little bit?
Well, apart from the obvious, I think the other one is Dunk from corners and free kicks, and he worries me because he's got the height. He has this knack of getting there in the right place at the right time. But yeah, I think the first two, I think Matoma for me is the danger man. We really got to mark him tight. I'm trying to mark him out the game. This is where I think Udogi's come in. I think this is why he started with Udogi instead of Spence, because Udogi has that sort of freshness about him now that he'll be able to give a good 90 minutes. But look, Brighton are no mugs. They're a good side, and they haven't just suddenly gone bad all of a sudden. Any team can have a slightly bad start to the season, but Brighton are not a bad side. And yeah, this is going to be probably one of the toughest away games this season for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think the thing with Brighton is they're so well organised, well drilled. Yeah. They all know what they're supposed to be doing. Hopefully, a sign of what Tottenham will be like. I think we're certainly on that road already. Xavi is on the bench, for those asking why he's not playing. Mawani, as far as I know, he's not injured. I think it's just purely, I don't know, maybe once in midweek for the Doncaster game. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen or read anything. Oh, God, what's this? Got grade 2 hamstring strain. I don't know if that's true. I can't confirm whether that's true or not. I'll have to have a look and see. I've certainly not seen anything about it. But Jimbo, obviously we've got Richarlison up front again. No Kolo Muani for whatever reason. It seems to me, tell me if I'm wrong here, that Solanke we keep getting told he's not back yet, but he'll be back next game. And then the next game comes and he's not back yet, but he'll be back the next game. Is the Solanke injury more like worse than we thought, or do you think he's just been extra careful?
No, I think you're looking into it too much, Kate. I don't think Frank's the type of manager to come out and blatantly lie. I just think that they're just being cautious and don't want to bring them back too soon when they don't have to. Like there's no need to rush these players back now because we got quite a bit of strength in depth. So why rush them back? It was different last season. You know, we had half the squad on the injury table. So when they come back, they needed them. So they were going in practically straight away. But we don't need to do that this year. So let's not look into it too much. He said the other day that he should be back for Doncaster. If he's not back for Doncaster, it's no big deal, is it? In getting back for the next game. So I think we look into it too much.
I mean, Dermot, obviously we've started the season like steam train, but do you think we're missing Solanke's hold-up play? Because although a lot of people criticise him for not scoring as many goals as perhaps he should, he does do so much more.
Yeah, I think we are missing that work rate up front, missing that player that will come deep, hold up the ball and bring other players in. I think we are. But we're also missing him being in the box in that 6-yard area. And Xavi and Kudus give so many chances. I mean, as good as Richarlison's been at the start of the season, to be fair, and he's had a good start, he's no Solanke. And as much as Richarlison tries, Solanke offers you so much more. I have to agree with Jim. I think you can look at it two ways. I think you can look at it that is the injury worse than we thought, or Thomas Frank, is he holding him back for a reason? I think he's holding him back for a reason. I think he's making sure he's 100% fit, because once he comes back in, you look at the games, we've got sort of easy games going up to November, and then we hit Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, I think Liverpool as well, and Brentford somewhere at the beginning of December. So I think he wants a lanky back for them. So I have no issue of him taking his time, making sure he's match fit and match ready for them games. He didn't get much for a pre-season either. So maybe he's trying to catch up and all of that as well. So yeah, I'd be careful with him. I think Frank's doing the right approach here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, with regards to Maddison, I don't think he'll be back this season. But we'll see about that. With the likes of, just going back to Brennan and Tell, Mr. Chang, do you see the likes of them, sort of Tell in particularly, being more of a fringe player and playing in games such as the Carabao Cup, or do you think it'd just be rotation and it just come in when Frank wants him to come in?
For me, the ideal scenario would be a rotation, because we want all our players firing on all fronts, on all competitions for us. And it's not just the Premier League proper. I'm talking about the domestic cups or even in Europe. So for me, I think all of these players, they have something different to offer, something that Thomas Frank himself has to work out. Their best attributes, or rather where they are strongest, and how we utilize them and deploy them on match day, because that would be how we actually make full use of our strength in depth, if that is what we have on our books. And I wouldn't be worried. I honestly wouldn't be too worried about Kolo Muani. If it really is a hamstring, which I'm still trying to find over on Alistair Gold's feet, I'm not seeing anything just yet. So no news is good news, as they always say. And as far as Tell and Odebeer are concerned, well, they have been given the chances. Let's just see if they can step to the plate and really prove us wrong, especially their doubters. And I mean, honestly, right now, I think what they really do need is game time. You can only get better when you play. And it doesn't help really if you are not playing consistently, which is why so many of our youngsters were sent out on loan. I'm glad that the likes of Tell and Odebeer are being given their chances. Tell especially in midweek against Villarreal, and let's just see how Odebeer performs today at the Amex Stadium. I still am hoping for Xavi Simons to really come on and set that number 10 alight and make it his own, because that's what we've been craving for. But as far as supporting Tell and Odebeer are concerned, yeah, let's just give them time, be patient with them, and yeah, I really am hoping to see more of them this season, and proving us all why they were signed in the first place. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I'd love to see Tell thrive. I really would. He comes under massive criticism from me as well, but I'm not sure whether he will. Time will tell. Nearly 400 in and still only 80 likes, people. Come on and smash that like button if you think Spurs are going to win today. I've actually just noticed, Jimbo, don't know how I missed it, probably because I'm a bit blonde, that Scarlett is on the bench.
Now, I didn't hear you say can you read the bench out again?
I can. The bench is Kinski, Danso, Xavi, Tell, Gray, Johnson, Spencer, and Scarlett. Now, a lot of people really rate Scarlett and think he's got something. I personally have never seen it. But do you think there's a chance that Scarlett may sort of get his opportunity and surprise us all? Like, everyone always says Harry Kane got his opportunity and look what he did. Or are you like me, and what you've seen of Scarlett hasn't particularly impressed you?
It's hard to say, because we've not seen enough of him, have we, really? I mean, it's hard really to what's that? I might.
Steve D said, I might be delusional, but I'd love to see Odeberg get a run of games on the left with Simons at 10.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't really like judging players until I've seen quite a bit of them, and he's not had a fair crack at the whip. And look, let's be honest, he's not going to really get loads of game time, is he, Kate? He might get some in the cups.
Well, he may get some today. You never know, because you've got Richarlison, then you've got no Kolo Muani or Solanke. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He might get a run out today, but look, he's not going to get a consistent run out when all these players are fit.
No,
he's on the bench, so Frank must see something in him. But it's hard, it's hard when you're fighting on four fronts to be putting these youngsters in when you really want to win. I mean, it's difficult for a manager. It's all right, us fans, right, saying, yeah, just give him a run, but it could cost you points, and you know what this football's like. You lose enough points, you get sacked. So it's very difficult for managers to put these youngsters in, you know. But the way to do it is feed him in slowly, you know, like maybe he get half an hour today with Sarri does, and then, you know, on the cup matches get half an hour, 45 minutes, start him if he's having a good game, leave him on. That's the only way to do it. It's bed him in slowly, you know, and maybe you get that with Frank.
Yeah, I mean, Dermot, we're one of the clubs. I mean, Jim and I laid in bed last night. This is what we do. This is our boy and our lives are. We was talking about the Manchester United Academy of old and the unbelievable players they brought through. We don't sort of have that sort of effect. We don't have an effective academy as such.
No.
But do you see the likes of Scarlett or anyone, maybe someone that's gone out on loan, where you think, I think they might actually make it?
I think me and Mrs. Tron did exactly the same thing. She's got her talking football now, which is unbelievable. After 9 years together, she's now. I mean, I'll watch it very quickly. I'll be watching Tottenham, and I go in at halftime. Are they winning? Like, no. Why not? They're crap. Sack the manager. Like, it's really funny. Like, you want to hear it last season with Ange? Honestly, it was hilarious. To your question, no, I can remember the class of '92 all coming out, and I think that was I think I'm right to say that was a once in a generational academy players to come out. I think if you're looking at our academy, I think Mikey Moore, I think he went to the wrong club. If I was Tottenham, I'd pull him out of Rangers now because it's getting so toxic up there.
Yeah.
And it's getting. I'm not saying that because I'm a Celtic fan. I think he should have gone to Celtic. I think he would have got more opportunities at Celtic and he would have been better managed at Celtic too. I think Will Lancashire is one that will make it. I think Will Lancashire's got the talent. I agree with Colin Cross. I think Scarlett's a bit like Parrott. I think the Premier League is not his level. If you look at Troy Parrott, he's killing it in the Dutch league. But once he comes up to Ireland level, he's crap. He's useless. I'm saying it now, and I said it last season. I said it season before. We should have gone for Evan Ferguson. I was saying it for the last 2 years. We should have gone for Ferguson because he has a talent and he would have fitted the Frank system brilliantly up front. He's killing it in Serie A at the moment. Also, you got Donnelly as well. I think he'd make it as well. I think George Abbott's another one. But there's nobody coming through at the moment that's really piquing my interest or making me sit up and notice. We seem to be regressed in our under 23s, under 21s, actually, in a way. We need Paratici to come back in to build that up again. And I think once we do, that conveyor belt will start working again. But I think them a few players, I think, will make it. But Dean Scarlett, sadly, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw Chang, but obviously we all raved about Vuskovic. And he started. Yeah, he started the other day and got absolutely owned by Harry Kane and they won 5-0. So I think it's difficult because you see glimpses and you think this is the guy. But I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on Scarlett, if you're hopeful for him or if you think it's just a case of filling up the subs bench, if you like.
For me, I think Scarlett needs game time. But I think there's only so much game time he can get with our current squad. And unless he's sent out on loan, much like Will Lancashire or Elfie Devine, if he's not giving game time, or even worse still, he's not scoring as strikers need to, then you don't improve. And this actually goes back to what I said earlier about the likes of Odebeer and Tell. If they're not playing, then they will never improve. And for me, I'm expecting to see Scarlett at some point in midweek against Doncaster, if that is his only likely appearance for us in the domestic cups, be it the League Cup or the FA Cup. I think this would be the one game where he would be the least likely to be called upon next to Kinski as far as substitutions are concerned. For me, I think we still have a long ways to go to actually seeing that promotion. That's sort of a step up from the youth academy to the first team. I mean, gone are the days where we had the likes of Tom Carroll and Ryan Mason or Harry Kane too, for that matter. So this is something that needs to be looked at. But I'm just seeing how our under 23s and under 18s have been performing of late. There are positive signs, but we need to actually see something tangible. We need to actually see some on the pitch results that actually, tell that we are going in the right direction. Hopefully, as what Mr. Dermot touched on earlier, if we do get Paratici back on board on a full-time basis, that would actually help a great deal lot as far as promoting youth is concerned. But until such time where there is actually some sort of uniformity or even some transitional link between our youth setup and the senior setup, I think it's only going to be more of the same, where a lot of these youngsters full of promise, full of hope, and they end up outside. I mean, they end up in other clubs away from the Premier League too, most times. But I mean, we still have a lot of youngsters to call upon, as you mentioned earlier, Vuskovic, as we do also have the likes of Ashley Phillips. There's even one new signing of ours that's not even on the bench, Takai, the Japanese guy. So that's also something to be, to look forward to if he really does make the grade. All in all, I'll have to say this about our youth. Again, we also have to give them time and game time too at that. And if they really do, show that kind of promise, then play them. I mean, again, this is something that I've been saying the whole show. You don't improve until you play. So let's just hope and wait that when these youngsters do get their chance, they grab them. They absolutely grab their chances with both hands and give their manager a food for thought as to why they should be considered next time. The manager does think about making substitutions. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I agree. It is coming to the end of the show, so we need to know what your predictions are for the game today. Also, who will score. I've just took a little look, and I can see that Liverpool are 2-1 up at Everton. With Jim smiling because he predicted 2-1. I think you all did actually, except me. Yeah, you did. I went 3-1. So I'm the one who's not going to get 3 points this week. But apparently Everton have really come into the game, from what I'm seeing, because they said that
I've got it
Liverpool
on.
Fans are nervous.
It's been a really good game. It's been since Everton scored. It's been 50-50. So they've just got a free kick, Liverpool, but they're just keeping hold of the ball now.
It's finished, Jim. It's just come through 2-1. Well done to you three.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I had a bit static. What's the score?
Don't make me boot you out, Jimbo. It was 2-1 to Liverpool. Billy is saying 2-0 to Spurs. Neil Daniels is saying 2-0 to Spurs. Mike is saying 2-0, maybe 3-1. Liverpool can't keep clean sheets at the moment. Insomniac saying Bergvall hat-trick. That'd be nice. Richie to score both says Graham 2-0. I'm going to go first because I am pumping not up and I'm not pumping down. I'm pumping evenly because I'm going for a 1-1 draw today. I think it'll be our first draw of the season. I just think, I know Jimbo, sorry, I just think Brighton have got a little bit over us. They just seem to be one of our bogey teams. So
not under Frank. This is a different era.
This is what I'm hoping. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, but hope to God I'm wrong and it's whatever score it is, but that we win. Dermot, I'm going to come to you because I know you've got to jump soon because you're doing a watch along.
Yeah.
What is your prediction for today and who's going? Oh, from my goal scorer, I'm going to go with Richarlison. Now, Dermot, what about you? Goal scorers and score.
I'm going to stick with my 3-0 prediction. I'm going to go with Richie with 2 and Kudos with 1 for me. And I'm going for a 3-0 win.
Excellent. And this is true, Insomniac. This is true. Kate is a better predictor than Jimbo. Thank you. I do tend to get more right. Dermot, I know you're going to jump, so I'm going to give you a chance to tell us what is going on over at THFC Till We Die.
Yeah, over to with THFC till we die. We've got watch along today, guys. Of course, we've got the post-match show tomorrow, final scores tomorrow, and then during the week we've got all the build-up for the Doncaster game. One of our colleagues is actually a Donny Rovers. Column is actually supports Doncaster, and he's actually going to the game. I think so. We're getting a few Donny fans on Wednesday night before the whistle, so to come and talk about the game. Maybe Tuesday night, I think. But yeah, we've got stuff coming up there, and we've got videos coming out about VAR and one about past managers as well. I'm starting a new show. I'm going to look back at the history of Spurs, which I love, and we're going to delve into the history and delve into previous time gone by. And yeah, get you and Jim on as well on the channel as well. Get you back on. It's been too long since you guys have been on, and Mr. Chang as well. We'll get him on as well.
That's so strange, Dermot. There's so many fans out there of other clubs that think Tottenham ain't got a history.
Yeah,
we've got more of a history than anyone else.
Yeah,
you know. Anyway, listen, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to drop. Kate, thank you so much for having me on. Big up to the guys of Tottenham TV, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, and make sure everyone goes over and subs to Dermot. Thank you, Dermot, for coming on, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Yeah, see you soon, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Mr. Chang, what is your prediction for today and goal scorer?
So I am going to be sticking.
Chang. I literally thought you'd fallen over. Oh God.
Sorry about that. I'm using my tablet right now to ensure that I get the best possible connection wherever I go. So, having said that, I am still sticking with my 2-1 prediction that I made yesterday. And for me, I think I would very much like to see if there was one player whom I feel needs a goal right now, it would be Kudus. It's very easy for us to forget that he still has yet to score a goal for us in Lily White colours. He has had a few assists. That's good for him, but what we really need to see right now is goals from Mohamed Kudus. So hopefully today is the day that he actually opens his count for us in a league, much like what Lucas Bergvall did last weekend. And apart from Kudus, like I mentioned earlier, I would really love to see some Prue today. So Richarlison gets my other prediction for a goal. I'm going to be sticking with Richarlison and Kudus as our goal scorers. And it's going to finish 2-1 to Spurs, our consecutive back-to-back away league wins so far this season. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
And to be fair, like I say, it will be the third consecutive away win for the first time since November 2020 when we had Jose Mourinho at the helm. Jimbo, score and scorers for Tottenham, please.
Yeah, just to Colin. Kate has sorted that out for you, Colin.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Kate actually bought it for me as a present. I kind of hinted about 20 times I'd like one. So.
And your son bought you the medal?
Yeah, my son got me the medal, which is hanging up on the wall on another picture. My prediction's 3-0.
Yeah.
And goal scorers. Look, I'm not worried about Kudus not scoring because I watched an interview with him and he said that it doesn't matter to him if he scores or not, as long as he's assisting and the team are scoring goals. You know, he said he's happy to assist. So it'll come for Kudus. Just keep playing well, that's all that matters. I've got 3. I'm going to have 3-0. I think Bergville will score today, and I'm going to give. I think Richie will get 2.
Interesting. I'll take a 3-0 all day long. Most important test is a clean sheet task at match at hand. It'd be lovely to keep another clean sheet. Let's be honest, but as long as we win, that's what matters. Tony Darko said 3-1 Spurs, and David said it won't be pretty, but 1-0.
If you look at our past games, take the Brentford one out of the equation, right? Because we was terrible that day. Teams are not getting a lot of chances against us, Kate, and when they do get a chance, they're not taking it because maybe they're thinking we don't get many chances. I need to put this away. And they're panicking. They're not getting a lot of chances against us, anyone we've played. you know, and the odd chance they're getting here and there, they're not putting in. So he's definitely made a massive difference to this defence, for sure.
Yeah. Colin, I'm with you. I'm going for a 1-1 draw, but hope I'm wrong. Mr. Chang, thank you as always for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you on with us. What is going on over at Spurs Diehards?
So Spurs Diehards will be having a post-match review later tonight, I believe, sometime at about 9 or 10 p.m. And they might even do another one tomorrow on a Sunday night as a sort of a weekend roundup. And also a preview for midweek against Doncaster based on our result in about 2 hours' time. That's that I know of Spurs Diehards. As always, thank you very, very much, Miss Kate, for having me on this pre-match pump up. It's been some time since I was on, and I am thankful that the transfer window has all but closed, and preventing me from dropping any fake bombas that I may get caught out. So that I mean, I'm so glad that the transfer window is all but done, and let's just enjoy the game as they come. But even if things do not go away, I know this is a pre-match pop-up, but I have to put this up there as a sort of disclaimer to anyone who might get their hopes up a bit too high, as we're only just at the beginning of the season. Anything can happen. I mean, you just have to look 3 weeks ago when Brighton beats Manchester City here at home by 2-1. So we cannot take anything for granted. I just want to see all those players out there, even the substitutes that come off the bench, to actually play for the badge, play for the jersey, and give their all. That's, I think, the best we can hope for. And if things don't go our way, well, there's always the next game. There's always a lot more to play for the rest of the season. Let's just sit back, relax, enjoy, and come on, you Spurs. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, make sure everybody goes over and subs to Chang, Adrian, Ian, and all the crew over at Spurs Diehards. And Chang's always on with me and Jimbo as well on Fridays for our Premier League predictions. If you want to subscribe to Jimbo and I, if you like pink fluffy cushions and not too much shouting, screaming and hollering, except if we have a domestic, then do come over to Kate and Jimbo, where we do stream every lunchtime. And tonight at 5, just after 5 o'clock, I will be live on Chris Cowlins doing the instant match review with Ricky Norwood, Luke from Spotlight on Spurs, and Craig Dearman as well. But that just leaves me to say, enjoy the game. Let's cheer on the boys. As Chang said, if it doesn't go our way, let's just stay calm. We are at the beginning of phase 1. It's going to take time. And Brighton are a very good team, much like Bournemouth.
These games are really important, Kate, because look, they're not. Brighton are just in the middle of the road type of team, just above the middle of the road. You know they're not going to get top 4, but you know they're not going to get relegated. So they're always going to be in the top half, unless they have a bad season, right? But these are the games we need to win. If we want to be serious about winning stuff, these games we shouldn't be losing, you know. So like the Bournemouth one, we shouldn't be losing them, and we've lost that one, so we can't afford to lose this one as well.
Yeah, Jimbo has spoken. But yeah, enjoy the game, cheer on the boys, have a sensational weekend, and please smash the like if you haven't already. And as always, come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you.